Got your hands on a ghost that won't come back. Every story ends with before it went bad.
You keep living in a photograph. And it's pulling you down,
pulling you back.
Ooh, oh, 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 yeah. You say you moved on, but you still drive by her street. Got a name tucked in your phone, like a cut you never treat.
You laugh like you're fine, tilt your glass, change the theme, but you still sleep on one side, saving space for an old dream.
You still won't let go of the past. Got your hands on a ghost that won't come back. Every story ends with before it went bad. You keep living in a photograph. You still won't let go of the past, and it's pulling you down, pulling you back.
You wear the same old shirt from the night it fell apart. Say it just looks good, but I see you hiding in the dark.
You replay every word like a movie on repeat. I'm standing right here, but you're lost in your own scene. You still won't let go of the past. Got your hands on a ghost that won't come back. Every story ends with before it went bad. You keep living in a photograph. You still won't let go of the past, and it's pulling you down, pulling you back. Tell me what you're scared of. If you finally let it fade, is there anything left to you when yesterday slips away?
You still won't let go of the past.
All right, all right. I was just kind of enjoying trying to get the vibe right. Good evening, Miss Dixon. How are you tonight? Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. You always, I have to say this about you, Miss Dixon, from the bottom of my heart. I thank you because you support everything I do. You didn't think I saw you today? Yeah, I saw you today. Thank you for coming in and listening to my radio show. Um, I love doing this, and I love the idea that I can help other people with this. And I say that from the bottom of my heart, and also is like a little of a people pleasing thing that I'm still working on. Okay. But I want to thank you so much for showing up. I don't care where I'm at, you show up. I don't care. You show up. And that's what I love about you. So I hope you enjoyed being away from me, which you literally didn't be away from me during that time. Because like you show up on the show, the show I do with Tavares, our Can We Be Frank show, and you show up all between everything else. I want to thank you so much for that. So you really didn't get a break from me, which is crazy. But now we're back to work, okay? So our new ebook, I hope you had a chance to look over your workbook. This workbook, and I think the next one I create, I'm going to literally make sure that everything everything is definitely matching. Well, I don't want to say not matching, but I don't want it to be so obstructing. It's not away from what we're talking about. That workbook I created there, after I did it, I was like, is this what I, but it's done, right? And you can use it with this when you're talking about emotional intelligence. So we're starting tonight. Our new book is called, let me pull it up. I need to share this screen real quick here. Now that song gonna stay in my head. Okay, so our next ebook is called Emotional Mastery: The Inner Strength, Developing Emotional Intelligence for Everyday Life. And so we got chapter 1, Understanding Emotional Intelligence, chapter 2, The Role of Self Awareness, chapter 3, Developing Self Regulation. Chapter 4 is going to Enhancing Social Awareness. Chapter 5, Cultivating Relationship Management Skills. Chapter 6, Mindfulness and Emotional Intelligence. Chapter 7, Resilience in the Face of Challenges. Chapter 8, Applying Emotional Intelligence in Workplace. Chapter 9 is Emotional Intelligence in Personal Relationships. Chapter 10 is Creating a Sustainable Practice. And chapter 11 is The Journey Ahead. So that is going to be, this is what's consisting of our new ebook. I didn't do that the last time, but I want to do it this time. So I would like for you to tell me what, in your words, what is an emotional intelligence? Hey, Miss Shamir.
Hey,
So so either one of you, great. Thank you for showing up. Um, so either one of you guys, give me your personal definition of emotional intelligence. What do you think emotional intelligence means?
listening without reacting.
Okay. Okay. Miss Dixon, if you can answer, if you can't, that's fine. You might be in a place where you can't answer. That's fine. But you can put it in the, can you put it in the chat? Okay, got you. I got you. I got it. Hey, Miss Kathy. So I'm gonna ask you the same question. What do you think emotional intelligence mean? So you're saying, say what you said again, Shamir.
I said it's listening without reacting.
Great. So let's see what she says. She says, I'm not sure what that is. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. That's cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Miss Dixon, can you answer? Let's see if she can answer. She can text me. I mean, she can type and see. So you know I'm going to start off with you, Miss Shamir, right?
Well, I'm still a bit under the weather, so can I get excused for reading today? I'm still coughing.
I don't know. I guess you can since you're under the weather.
What I gotta do? Show you my prescription or something? Is that what you
um,
want?
next time, I would definitely want you to bring a note to class.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
would
ma'am.
need, I definitely need you to bring a note. Okay. She said being aware
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
back to different situations. Perfect. Perfect, Latasha. You and Miss Shamir, y'all did good. You did good. So as I can
Thank
see,
you. At
Miss
least one person believe me. The teacher don't, but the student do. So that's 2 against 1. Thank you.
um so Miss Dixon, I take it you can't read right now. Miss Kathy says she hope you feel better.
I said, yeah. I told her thank you. I said thank you for defending me. That's me and her against you. 2 to 1.
Okay.
2 students against the teacher because you don't believe me.
Oh boy. So let's see, Miss Dixon. Okay, 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 okay. So you can't read today because I just want to know if anybody can read today. Miss Jameer is out. Miss Kathy is not in the room, so she can't really read it. Um, okay. So let's see. Let's see if she can do it. If she can, I'll do my best to read the hell out of this since y'all don't want to read for me tonight. Y'all not gonna get away with it the next class, okay? So Wednesday night when we do this again, y'all gonna read, okay? I'm just letting you know. So you better get better. That's how teachers do. You better get better, okay? Or you bring me a note. Damn it. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get us started here. I can do it from the screen. Let's just make it big enough so I can see it too. Okay. So we're on chapter 1. Did anybody finish their homework? Let me know if anybody finished their homework. Anybody finish their homework? Uh, Anybody? Miss Shamir, did you finish your homework? Did you do your vocabulary words?
I was doing good until I got sick.
Excuse me?
I said I was doing good until I got sick.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I need you to send me a picture of the work. You can upload it or download it and send it to me in an email, screenshot it or something, so I
Ma'am,
can see actually doing
ma'am,
it.
that come with, I
Okay.
got an excuse for all this, okay? Remember I said that.
Okay. Well, okay. All
You violating your policy now with the
right. Okay.
schools.
Okay. All right. All right. I need my job, so I'm not going. I don't want to get fired. All right. So, understanding emotional intelligence. The concept of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence (EI) is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions while also being able to empathize with the emotions of others. You both were correct with that answer. This concept, rooted in psychological theory, has gained significant traction in the realms of self development and interpersonal skills or relationships. Make sure I can read this stuff. All right. So, understanding EI is pivotal for adult learners seeking to enhance their emotional resilience and improve their interaction with others. By cultivating emotional intelligence, individuals can navigate social complexities more effectively and foster healthier relationships. So, let me ask you something. Can someone give me an example of emotional intelligence? Can you give me a scenario now that you know what the meaning is? Okay, thank you, Mr. Latasha. Um, can you give me an example of what emotional intelligence is? Give me a scenario. Anybody?
I would say, let's say you got pulled over by police. You
Okay.
know that your records are clean. You know you got
Mm-hmm.
your license. You know your registration good. You know all of that. You
Okay.
know that the history of black people being pulled over isn't a great history, right? So we want to go into this situation not being aggressive. So we're using emotional intelligence doing that, right?
Okay. Okay.
So, okay, you get pulled over. You know, he asks you for your stuff. We're not going to catch attitude. We're going to give him what he asked for, right? So we're using emotional intelligence. Um, we're going to proceed. You could be recording. You may not be recording. Most of the time, a lot of us not recording. But they
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be recording. Let's say nobody recording at this time.
Okay.
So just do what they asking you to do. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
aggressive. Don't move. Acting weird, nothing like that. If they ask you to get out the car, you do need to ask them why.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they don't have no valid reason, your tag's good, this, and that, then you didn't, you made a turn signal, you're not speeding, you know what I'm saying? Like you really straight and narrow with this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you really have no reason to get out. But I ain't gonna make it complicated. All right, so he pulled you over. He said you might have been going. Let's say he said you didn't stop at the stop sign. A lot of them say that. Right, if you don't stop a certain amount of seconds. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say he didn't see you stop at the stop sign. You're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I believe I stopped. Well, just say I did. I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. What made him think? That. You ain't gotta make it aggressive. But
Mm-hmm.
let them explain. If he do write you a ticket, I would be pissed. I would take the ticket. Okay, I know it's hard, but use your emotional intelligence. Take the
Mm-hmm.
ticket, because you can go to court for that. Most of the time, they don't go.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
just don't be combative in no way, shape, or form. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said that's my example of emotional intelligence. It's a situation
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Great. Okay. Awesome. 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 You did a great job with that. Okay. So, at the core of emotional intelligence, there are four key components. You have self awareness, self regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. Okay. So, self awareness involves recognizing one's emotions and their impact on thoughts and behavior. Self regulation refers to the ability to manage emotions in healthy ways, allowing for thoughtful responses rather than impulsive reactions. Social awareness encompasses understanding the emotional cues of others, while relationship management involves the skills necessary to influence and inspire others positively. Together, these components create a framework for personal growth and interpersonal effectiveness. Incorporating mindfulness practices into development of emotional intelligence can significantly enhance the learning process. Mindfulness encourages individuals to be present and aware of their emotional state without judgment. By practicing mindfulness techniques such as meditation, individuals can improve their self awareness and emotional regulation. This heightened awareness not only aids in managing one's emotions, but also fosters an empathy, allowing for better connections with others. Resilience is closely linked to emotional intelligence, as it involves the ability to bounce back from adversity and manage stress effectively. Before I go any further, anybody knows what meditation is? Before we go any further, anybody can answer off of that. Let me get over here. Um, let's say I won't have it. Okay, we'll talk about that, Miss Kathy. Um, okay, so so explain it to me. Give me your definition of meditation. Anybody give me your definition of meditation? What do you think meditation is? Okay. Anybody? Miss Shamir? Okay. I'm getting the silent treatment. Let me see. Okay. All right. So let's get back. Okay. Meditation is focusing on specific feelings. That's right. Okay. Exactly. Okay. Anybody else? Thank you, Miss Kathy. Miss Kathy. Oh, I can put it up on the board. I'm sorry. I can put it up on the screen. I forgot. Meditation is.
It's like, I think to me, it's like focusing on one thing at a time for a
Mhm.
certain amount of time.
Okay. That's exactly what Miss Kathy said. So, yes. All right. Okay. So, next thing is resilience. Resilience is closely linked to emotional intelligence. It involves the ability to bounce back from adversity and manage stress effectively. Individuals with high emotional intelligence are often more resilient because they can process their emotions constructively, leading to a healthier coping strategies. By developing emotional intelligence, adult learners can build resilience that empowers them to face life's challenges with confidence and adaptability. Ultimately, the concept of emotional intelligence serves as a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. By enhancing emotional awareness and interpersonal skills, individuals can significantly improve their relationships and overall well-being. As adult learners embark on their journey of self development, Embracing principles of emotional intelligence will not only enrich their own lives, but also positively impact those around them, creating a ripple effects of emotional awareness and resilience. So, do you understand how important emotional intelligence is? How we interact with each other, how we interact with the public, how we interact with ourselves, really, and how we interact with people that are around us, our family members, the whole 9 yards. So, all of that is important. The importance of emotional intelligence in daily life. Emotional intelligence plays a pivotal role in our daily lives, influencing how we navigate our emotions and interact with others. It encompasses the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions while also being attuned to the emotions of those around us. This awareness allows individuals to respond to situations with empathy and compassion, fostering healthier and more productive relationships. In an increasingly interconnected world, the importance of EI cannot be overstated as it equips us to handle conflicts and challenges with grace and understanding. In the realm of self development, emotional intelligence serves as a foundation for personal improvement, self-regulation, and resilience. The understanding can transform how one approaches daily challenges, enabling a more balanced response rather than a reactive one. I think a lot of times we are very reactive because emotional intelligence doesn't always play, and a lot of people do not know what emotional intelligence is, so they wouldn't even know how to use it in their everyday lives. They're interacting with other people. So when you see a lot of people who fly off the handle about everything, you can't talk to them, you can tell, well, okay, we know that person lacks something. And that's when your empathy, I know it's hard, but your empathy kicks in and your emotional intelligence sparks, and then you know how to handle that person. Okay, because you're going to be using your mindfulness, right? Practices complements this by encouraging individuals to stay present and aware, further enhancing their capacity for emotional intelligence. Moreover, emotional intelligence significantly impacts interpersonal skills, which are crucial in both personal and professional settings. Individuals possess high EI are often better communicators as they can express their feelings clearly and respond to the emotions of others effectively. This skill fosters collaboration and teamwork, creating a more harmonious environment where ideals can flourish. The ability to connect emotionally with others enhances trust and rapport, essential components in any healthy relationship. Resilience is another critical aspect linked to emotional intelligence. Those with high EI can bounce back from setbacks more efficiently as they possess the tools to process their emotions constructively. They approach difficulties with a mindset that sees challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. This resilience not only benefits the individual, but also positively influences those around them, creating a supportive network that thrives on mutual understanding and encouragement. So, in conclusion, the importance of emotional intelligence in daily life cannot be overlooked. It is a vital skill set that enhances self awareness, interpersonal relationships, and resilience. By prioritizing the development of EI through mindfulness and meditation practices, individuals can cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves and others. This journey ultimately leads to a more fulfilling and enriched life, characterized by meaningful connections and emotional well being. Components of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a multifaceted concept that encompasses various components essential for personal, interpersonal, and interpersonal effectiveness. At its core, EI involves the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions while also being attuned to the emotions of others. This dual awareness fosters empathy, allowing individuals to connect more deeply in their relationships, both personal and professional. By developing these skills, adult learners can enhance their overall emotional resilience and adaptability in everyday life. One key component of emotional intelligence is self awareness. This involves the capacity to reflect on one's emotional state and understand the impact of feelings on thoughts and behaviors. Individuals who cultivate self awareness are better equipped to navigate challenges and respond to situations with clarity. They can identify triggers that provoke strong emotional reactions, enabling them to manage their responses more effectively. This self reflective practice is fundamental to personal growth, and it's often enhanced through mindfulness and meditation techniques. Another critical element is self regulation, which refers to the ability to control impulsive feelings and behaviors. It allows individuals to pause and consider the consequences of their actions before reacting. Practicing self regulation leads to improved decision making and fosters a sense of trust and reliability in relationships. By employing strategies such as deep breathing and mindfulness, adult learners can cultivate a more composed approach to emotional challenges, ultimately leading to a more constructive interaction. Empathy plays a significant role in emotional intelligence as well. It involves the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, creating a foundation for strong interpersonal connections. Empathy goes beyond mere sympathy. It requires active listening and a genuine effort to comprehend another's perspective. By developing empathy, individuals can improve their communication skills and navigate conflicts with greater ease, fostering healthier relationships in both personal and professional realms. Lastly, social skills represent the components of emotional intelligence that facilitates effective interaction with others. This includes skills such as conflict resolution, teamwork, and effective communication. Adult learners who focus on enhancing their social skills can build stronger networks and create supportive environments. As they navigate various social situations, the integration of emotional intelligence components fosters resilience and adaptability. I can't even say the word adaptability. There we go, crucial for thriving in today's fast paced world. So, I'm sorry. So, it's hard to remain professional when the other party keeps overbearing, especially keeps being overbearing, and especially in front of another coworker. It's almost impossible to have emotional intelligence in that case. I totally understand that, Miss Kathy. And sometimes it's best to walk away. If you feel the need that you can't deal with that, maybe you just need to walk away. Tell them, excuse me, and just walk away. Because I know it's hard. I definitely understand 100%. I completely understand stating you by yourself, giving yourself time to think. Yes, that's right. That's right, Miss Dixon. You're correct. Yeah, sometimes you just have to walk away because if there's no other, we talked about all of this, and if you've already applied what we talked about here, just walk away because sometimes that's what it takes. And it's not about being the bigger person, it's just walking away for your sanity, or before you say something, or you might have to throw hands. I'm just saying because it can get like that. So the best thing to do is just walk away from that person. um and you were saying something about you won't have your job for long, so what are you talking about? Kind of expound on that just a little bit. Let me know what's going on. um so, and it's crazy that we we wound up in, yes, I always apply all the techniques, but I get you. But if you have to walk away, just walk away for right now. And I'm not a type person that's gonna, I believe in you standing your ground. But if it's to the point where there's nobody listening, and you know that you feel like they're doing things on purpose to save yourself, walk away. Just walk away. Um, and if they say, well, why you walk away? Because the next thing I do, I would probably be in jail. I'm just telling you. So I'm walking away. Yeah. I would just go back and sit at my desk and keep working. Like they never even said anything to me. And I would start communicating with that person strictly through emails. And I know you're in an office where everybody's on top, but I would put out a note. I would send in an email. If it does not pertain to the job, our conversations need to strictly go by email. That would be your way of having a paper trail if something was to happen. Because standing up, going neck to neck with people in front of other people is not going to solve the problem. And I know, when we're in the situation I work in, I remember you telling me that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. So have you ever requested to be moved? Have you ever requested to be moved out, I mean, from that area? Okay. And you still have not gotten that wish granted? That's why I can't see, that's why I can't work in no place. I worked in places with cubicles and stuff, like I can't do that anymore. I can work I can work in a room with two people in it, me and somebody else. And the office has to be big enough where their desk is on the other side of the room. But I cannot work on top of people because I've done that. I've done that type of work. When I was in telemarketing, I did that kind of work. I did that kind of work when I worked in the hospital at Huey P. Long in the emergency room, because we were literally in cubicles right at each other. But I don't favor that type of work. I don't favor it. I like to have my own. I know. I know it's not a choice. I know. I do. I get that, Miss Kathy. I do. And I know you have. See, I won't be there long. I'm stressed worse than was at the last place. So, what do you plan on doing if? Okay, at least, yeah, I know you did. You sure did. You did have your own office. So, you already have something already planned out if you was to leave. If you have something already planned out, then maybe that might be the best for you, you know, to move on to somewhere else. And Kathy, I told you a long time ago, you might need to leave here. I hate to say that, but you might need to pack it up. And I know, I'm just saying, I'm not at the point to where I'm going to leave with nothing. I got you. I got you, sweetie. I got you. I 100% got you. And I wouldn't, because I think your situation before, I think you've learned from that. Because your situation before was even crazier. But I know you've learned. I know you've learned a lot in that time. Um, I've tried over and over again to find something else. Don't stop. Do not stop trying. Don't give up, Kathy. I can't have you giving up. You got to keep moving it. You got to keep moving it, no matter what. Okay. So, okay, okay, I got you. And I know you don't want to leave her here by herself. I got you. Okay. That's why I'm saying keep looking. See if you can find a um, work from home position, would be another thing to look forward to try to look for. Something that you can work from home so you don't even have to leave the house. And that's something to think about. Okay. And make sure it's paying the money that you want. Um, Especially if you don't, if you're not ready to do something on your own, and you have no other choice but to work for somebody else, then by all means, see if you can find something at home that work from home, because work from home jobs are still out there. No matter what nobody say, there's still work from home jobs all over the place. People are asking all the time for a work from home job. Okay. All right. Don't give up. I'm telling you, don't give up. You'd be surprised what could take place. Okay? Do not give up. Keep looking. Keep putting them applications out there. I know it's discouraging. I do. But don't give up. Okay? So, so now that we know what emotional intelligence is, oh, Kathy, I want to tell you something. You said you have no place to print nothing out. You can go to the library. Okay? I sent it to you in an email. So you can go to the library and pull up your email and have them printed out for you. You can have this book printed out and your workbook printed out. I do it all the time sometimes. When I'm out and about and I'm not at home, I will stop at the library and have stuff. Okay, so if you go into your email, just go to the library and pull your email up and tell them you're trying to print out something, and they'll help you with that. So like if I'm out and about, we got a printer here, but if I'm out and about and I need something done real quick, I will definitely go to the library and have them printed out for me. Okay. And that'll save you on having any paper or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that because they printed it up for you. So that's for anybody who don't have a printer and you want to be able to print out your book and the workbook. Just go to your local library. I think the first, I don't know now, it's changed because it's been a minute. I told you we have a printer here. I think the first 20 pages might be free. It used to be. They might start charging. I can't remember. But it used to be where the first, I think it was 20 pages. I can't remember. But a certain amount of the pages were free, or 15 pages were free. And then the rest of them you have to pay for. And if they're going to do it, tell them to do a front and back so that'll save on paper and save you money. I'm just saying. But anyway, so now that we understand, okay, so this is the question I want to ask you, and I definitely want you guys to do your workbook. What are the 4 components of emotional intelligence? Anybody remember what the 4 components were? Anybody? Let me see. Do anybody remember what the 4 components of let's go back. Anybody remember what the 4 components of emotional intelligence was? It's on the screen. Can somebody tell me what that is? Everybody quiet. Nobody's talking. So am I talking to myself? Okay. Okay, definitely. I will. And I'm sorry you don't feel good, sweetie. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. Both of my friends are sick. I'm so sorry. I'm being so insensitive. I am so sorry. So it says here, at the core of emotional intelligence, the four components are self-awareness, self-regulation, self self-awareness, self-regulation. Awareness is social awareness. Okay, I got that wrong. And relationship management. Self-awareness, social awareness, and relationship management. So self-awareness does what? It recognizes one's emotions and their impact on the thoughts and behavior, right? So if you are having a bad day and we are interacting and you've said something real funky to me, right? I'm going to pay attention to you in the way that I understand that you're having a bad day. I'm not going to just go off on you. I know you're having a bad day, right? Cuz I'm aware of that, right? Also, I have to recognize how I'm reacting to your bad day. Cuz sometimes people have bad days, they just need a punching bag cuz their life is miserable at that moment, right? So when we talk about self-regulation, this refers to the ability to manage emotions in a healthy way, allowing for thoughtful responses rather than impulsive reactions, which is very hard in today's society when you're interacting with other people. It is hard, really hard, right? It is very hard to be able to not snap somebody when they snap. It's what we call crash out. When somebody says something crazy to you because they're having a bad day and you're trying to be nice, right? Yeah, exactly. It is an understatement. That's right. You're trying, so okay, look, I'm walking away. You're telling them I'm walking away. I'm going to go take my 5 minute breathing exercise. I'm walking away and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna breathe as hard because breathing, believe it or not, I know breathing works because I have to use it. So I know it works. Walking away and just taking those deep breaths and holding on, mm, and then letting it go. Oh my God, it feels so much better. And I advise you to try that 1 or 2 times and see if it works for you. Not and see, sometimes we'd be so worked up, we don't even have time to do that, right? We are so worked up, we can't even do it. We like, oh hell, I'm cussing them out, right? I'm going there. I'm going in. But sometimes you can't. You do. You definitely have to have some type of, okay, I'm not doing this no more. Sometimes you got to do that. I promise you. There's a mini day that it's hard. I'm telling you, I do. I totally understand it. I'm far from perfect when it comes to people saying stuff to me that, okay, I'm all right. You did yesterday. I bet you did. I bet you did. Oh wow. Yeah. Nah, mm-mm. And now because we're dealing with social media, we just type it out, right? And people say some crazy stuff, we just type it out, right? Get it off our chest, right? But if you see a lot of those people that you have to interact with, a lot of them they're not even going to be the way you think they are, because it's good to be behind this keyboard, right? And talk all that mess, right? And you can hear how unintelligent some of that stuff they be saying doesn't make any sense. But your emotional intelligence is supposed to kick in, and you say, okay, I feel sympathetic toward that person because I know this person is ignorant as hell, right? I know they don't really know what they're talking about. They're just angry. And let's see, and tried again. It was better than before. Okay, awesome, awesome. So that's good. You perfect. Just taking that time out and just taking them deep breaths. And if you have to walk away, walk away. Take them feet and say, I'm out of here. Okay? Walk away. Get away from people who send you to that. And some people do it on purpose. And that's why, and me and Kathy, I think me and Kathy had this conversation a long, long time ago with coworkers. We talk about coworkers. People go to work, do your job. They do not need to know you got a dog, cat, horse. Okay. They don't need to know if you're married. They don't need to know if you have kids. They don't need to know none of that. And if they ask, it's none of their business. I prefer to keep that information to myself. You can let them down gently because lots of people don't want to really, they want to know things about you that later down the line that they can use against you. That's why you don't talk about having a fight with your boyfriend, with your husband, knowing about your husband cheating, knowing that you cheated. You don't share that with a coworker. A coworker is not a best friend. They don't fit into the category of your friends. They're just what they are, co-workers. And I'm not saying that's for everybody because some people find friends, best of friends. We've been best of friends for 30 years, right? I'm saying nowadays, those friends that we had back then, we don't have them kind of people no more. We got a whole nother, we have a people that's full of jealousy and hatred, that are vengeful, right? That are arrogant, cocky, mediocre, intimidating, and bullying. That's what we got created in the workforce now. That is a recipe for a toxic environment. And that's why you do not share your personal business with them. Don't show them no pictures. Don't put no pictures on your computer. They look at your home page. You know how you have your screen in the back and it's got your family and all that. Oh, so you got, they stand around your desk. Demon spirits, that's right. So standing around your desk, trying to see what's on your desk. Don't put your pictures out. Don't put none of that. They do not need to know anything about you. I don't care what job you on. I don't care how much you love the job. Do not share your personal business with strangers because those are strangers. Okay? Your mommy and daddy used to tell you about stranger danger. That's what they are to you. They're strangers. They're not part of your family, right? So you do not need to divulge any of your information to them. None whatsoever. The only person needs to know specific information is HR. Everybody else don't need, even your boss doesn't need to know all your personal business. And I know people do. I was on a Facebook page. One of the groups I'm in is disabled veteran group. So this guy got an increase on his disability. So he turns around and says, somebody mentioned something about his job or something, and he said, I told my boss. And I asked him, why? Why did you tell your boss you got an increase on your disability? Do you know that some people are very jealous and vengeful of veterans who get disability because they earned it? And they will let you go if they need to because you make enough. In their minds, you're making too much money. So you don't share that. He understood what I was saying, and he says, I'll know the next time. You don't share that information. They don't need to know that the job that they're working, you're working, you might be making 30,000, and with your disability that kicks you up to another, that might kick you up to 60,000. They don't need to know that. That's none of their business because it's not coming out of their paychecks. They're not paying your disability, so there's no need for them to know about that. You know, so you have to figure out what you want to share with them. Okay? And I think a lot of stuff do not, and I had to take, this comes from lessons learned. This is not something I'm making up as we're talking. I had to learn this myself because I am an overly friendly person. I used to be, not anymore. But I used to be. When I get on my jobs and I love what I do and I'm all about it and I'm this and I'm talking about that, I'm talking about my vacations. And after a while, I saw the shift in a lot of people that I had been talking to for a long time. I saw the shift. And so I stopped talking because I realized I stopped putting pictures up. I stopped doing all of that because I started watching. I started watching and how they started to react to me, especially when I'm on different committees at work. I'm part of this, I'm part of that. And I saw the jealousy. I saw it. And so I just kind of pulled back. And I was blessed. I had my own office. I didn't have to share nothing with anybody. But those things, women, we have a bad habit of being jealous of each other for no reason. For no reason. I had co-workers that they bragged about their wives, bragged about them. The wife get a job at this place, okay? The wife starts to have an affair with another co-worker that she worked with. Now just imagine how that is. But we wouldn't even known any of that was going on if you would have never started bragging about your wife to everybody prior to her even coming on board. And now today, to this day, they're divorced. They done moved on. They done went this way. I'm just saying, everybody, because you don't know who listening to your conversation about how great your wife is, right? Or your husband is. You don't know who's listening. And if you have a situation where one of y'all are weak, guess what happens? If you have a situation where emotional intelligence doesn't play a role, guess what happens? There's an end result to that. So that's why you keep your personal business to yourself. Mostly everyone is miserable in their lives, therefore they need to know about someone else's misery. That's so correct. In order to make themselves feel better. Yep, that's true. That is so true. To make them feel better, they will do the same thing. People are, if you allow people, when you allow people in your personal life, you do not understand how people can wreak havoc on your life. People can come through and whew, before you know it, you're not speaking to people in your family. You wonder why? Because they're having backdoor conversations with your family members. And if you told them anything that you shared with them, right? If you told them anything that you shared with them about a family member, right? Just say you're venting about your sister. My sister made me so mad, right? They on the back door and you get them into the family, you inviting them to the family outings and stuff. And before you know it, you're not there. But they talking to your family and they talking to your sisters and stuff. And they start talking. And then you wonder why when you call your sister, she acting funny with you. That's because one of your friends or so-called co-worker done said something about something You told them. I'm just saying. And that's not how it always is, you guys. I'm just using that as an example. But I have lived it. I know it happens. I know it happens. I've very much so been right in the middle of it. I had this one person that everybody warned me about. Literally, I will not lie to you guys. They literally warned me about this young lady. And me, with my dumb self, I befriended her. And she wreaked havoc on my reputation and everything I was doing. Yes, sure did. And that's why I learned, if I was to ever have to walk into the last job I had that I actually worked in an office, I was a teacher. I didn't have that problem at all. Because I went there and did the job, did what I had to do with the kids, and I came home. There was no after work, let's go get lunch, or let's go get dinner, let's go get drinks, because I don't drink. So there was no need for anybody even invite me out like that, because I don't do that. I went straight home. And after dealing with those kids, it's exhausting. I don't see how people can do it. I went straight home. So I didn't have to deal with that. But I do not believe in, if you're not already my friend and I don't already know you, and we've been close and we've had long conversation, I don't let just anybody into my circle, because I learned how people can truly be to you. And it's out of misery, just like you said, Miss Kathy. It could be out of misery, jealousy, right? Demon spirits, just people who are just naturally mean and messy. And if you pay attention to people, you can see it all over them. You really can. You can see a person who's dealing with a whole bunch of mess in their lives, and they do not want you to be happy. Okay? So, this is also when mindfulness comes into play. So, we talk about mindfulness. That means no matter what's going on, stay focused, stay in the moment, right? Stay in that moment and say, okay, I'm going to deal with this, but I'm going to deal with it on my own time, right? And right now is not the time I want to deal with it. So I am going to walk away, because it's for me. It's not for anybody else. It's for me to walk away. And when you walk away, that's the time when you do your meditation, your breathing exercises. Get yourself back together. Get yourself back together. Woosah. You ever hear them say, woosah? Do that as many times as you need to calm yourself down. Calm yourself down, because it's not worth it. It's not worth you losing your job, because you got to think about it. It's your money maker right now. So being upset, getting angry, going off on everybody, and knowing that this is how you make your money at this very moment is not the answer. You have to figure out a way that even if you go off on them, you better make sure you already got something in the background. Make sure you got plan B already ready. Okay, that's when you go off on them. Is when you got plan B in the making, or it's already been made. You're saying, okay, so I'm gonna go off on this person because my next job starts on June 12th. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving that number out there. So if you feel the need that you need to go off on them, you got a two weeks. You don't even have to give them a 2 weeks notice anymore. You don't have to do all that. Don't do that. You don't even have to do that more. And you say, okay, and you can say, on my last day, I'm gonna go off on some people. You know what I'm saying? You're gone. It don't matter. But if it's your money maker, and I'm not telling nobody to stay in a situation if it's very hostile and very toxic, I will not tell anybody to stay there just because it's your money maker. I'm saying if it's not to the point where okay, I'm just angry, I'm just going through some things, I still got to make my money. I still got to pay my mortgage. I still got to pay my rent. I still got to pay my car note. I got to pay it. I don't have anybody to help me pay it. I have to pay it myself. You have to think about getting your emotions under control. That's when emotional intelligence kicks in, because that's what you have to keep in mind when you're by yourself. Okay? That's what you got to keep in mind. But I do understand if there's a toxic and it's very to the point where where you're just like, I can't keep coming to this job. I can't keep coming. And even when you feel that way, when you see things are starting to happen, that's when you start looking for something else. That's when you start looking for something. When you start watching how things are, because you cannot be blind, okay? You can't be blind, and it's your situation and things are escalating little by little. You got to pay attention. You can't be in la la land, okay? And knowing you're going through these things. You got to be on it. Because the first sign that you see something is about to go off, right? You see it, and you don't take time out to first, you might need to address it first, and you don't see no resolution in that addressing it, then that's when, okay, I got to prep myself. I know what I'll do. Don't do it at work. Wait till you get home. Do it on your break in your car. Okay? Go outside in your car and do whatever it is you got to do, and then come back in. When you start seeing it escalating, start looking. I know, baby. Yeah. Yep. And keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Because now that you have said something about it multiple times, she knows that you are having issues with her, and she's going to keep doing it because she has her own issues going on. Yeah, she's already doing it. But you keep doing what you're doing, Kathy. Hold your line, okay? Hold the line. Don't be afraid to hold the line. You know to do it. You know to do it, and you can do it. I truly 100% know you can do it. You did it at your last job, so I know you can do this without a doubt until you find something better. Okay? Take your breaks away from your desk. I don't care what it is. Do not sit at that desk and take your break. Walk away. That can be the time that you take that breath. Okay, release whatever it is, talk to yourself, do something, but don't sit at that desk during your break. Get away from your desk, because she knows you're going to sit there and she's going to keep doing it over and over again. Change up your routine. Change your routine up, because if you change your routine up, she can't. If you constantly change your routine up, it eventually it'll stop bothering you. But it's up to you, because right now you have to, until plan B comes through, you have to be in your situation. So I would switch up my routine. I would go walk around. I would go outside. When my breaks come, instead of sitting at my desk, I would grab my phone, I would grab my purse, get a book, whatever, and go sit somewhere else. Go sit in the hallway. Go somewhere else. Don't sit at that desk on your breaks. Go somewhere else. Even with your lunch, go somewhere else. Okay? Walk around. Get some exercise. Fresh air. Whether it's raining, sleet, just go outside. Stand outside somewhere so you can cool down, because I know it can be frustrating. I understand. But those are the things I'm going to suggest that you do to kind of break up the monotony of what you're going through until you can find something better. Now, I'm telling her that because I'm suggesting that to her because her situation. I'm not telling everybody to do that because that's stupid. If you have a way out, get out. Okay? Get out. Yeah. I'm usually the one that gets stuck in the office to answer phones and or the patient and the lunch break is only 30 minutes. Okay. So you don't take breaks in between then? So you're not are you guys authorized breaks? So if you're authorized breaks, you're supposed to get up and leave you're supposed to take a break. You're entitled to that. There's in her office, no breaks. Oh, so you guys are not authorized. So that's not in your employee handbook that you get a break? Check your employee handbook because now if it's set up that way, that I don't understand that, but if you're entitled to a break, then you need to take your break because it's something that you're entitled to. I'm just saying. Look, it's a Saturday night. You're trying to make me work on this. I don't want to talk about this on Saturday night. About employee handbooks. You know, we talked about, look, didn't we talk about employee handbooks before, Miss Kathy? We told you how important an employee handbook is. We talk about leases. We're talking to the young lady. We talk about leases. Read your lease. Pay attention to the wording in everything you touch that you put your signature on. Yes, and I asked for one. Continue asking for one. Continue asking for one. They will take a break for 15 to 20 minutes throughout the day. And okay, so everybody else gets a break but you. And how long have you been not being able to take breaks? Miss Kathy, you got my phone number. You got my phone number. Call me. Let's talk about that there because I don't want to spend all this time talking about that because you're gonna make me want to go there, and I don't need to go there. So look, because I'm always trying to save the world. See that save the world mentality, put on that cape, and I want to save everybody. But listen, I think we talked about this before. Yeah, yes, get a copy of your employee handbook and let's look at that. Remember, we had this issue before at the other job. The handbooks are important. Okay, so let's get back. I apologize. Miss Kathy. I apologize. Okay, so we talked about mindfulness. What do you think about resilience? Resilience, what do you think about when you use the word resilience in something? What do you think resilience means? I think resilience means bouncing back, but that necessarily not always what it means. Okay? Because it says it's linked to emotional intelligence. And it says the reason why it's linked to emotional intelligence because it involves the ability to I said it. Resilience means bounce back. What? What? She said never give up. That's right. That's right. Bouncing back from adversity and manage stress effectively. That's the connection between emotional intelligence and resilience. Okay. So, the importance of emotional intelligence in our daily life influences how we navigate our emotions and interacting with each other, with other people, which we just explained. Kathy gave us a perfect example, and we were able to get through that, right? Um, because it is good for our personal lives and our professional lives. And she gave us a great example for our professional life, right? Um, let's see what else here. Okay, let's see what we got here. So when we talk about self-development, intelligence serves as a foundation for personal growth. By cultivating EI, individuals can identify their emotional triggers. Remember, triggers. I'm gonna use Kathy. Kathy has a coworker that knows how to trigger her. They've been working together long enough to know that she does certain things to trigger Kathy, right? So how does Kathy react to those triggers is where her emotional intelligence lies. It's her scale, how whether she wants to address the triggers, right, or address the person. Okay? Sometimes you got to do both. Um but if you know how to address them in a positive way, then you're doing much better. You'll find yourself doing much better. Um and being able to self-regulate is so important. When you say self, that means me. Being the strong, that's right, being the strong one in the relationships. That's right. Me being able to regulate how those triggers affect me, right? And when people know your triggers, they know how to tap dance on them. You know, you've heard somebody say, "You tap dancing on my nerves." Those nerves are actually your triggers. Some action, something somebody said, all of that can be a trigger to some people. You have to pay attention to. Know what your triggers are. You guys, we're definitely going to be doing shadow work. I'm letting you know now. We will be pulling out the book on shadow work because one of the biggest things in shadow work is talking about triggers. Okay, so we're definitely going to be doing shadow work, talking about shadow work, how to deal with triggers. Okay, and knowing what your triggers are. Um, and I really would like for you guys to take time out to kind of, if you know what your triggers are, I would like for you guys to write your triggers down and keep them somewhere. And so whenever you feel the need that you feel someone is actually bringing, kicking in on your triggers, find that trigger and then write that statement by the triggers, how you're feeling. Okay. Okay. Yes, that's exactly right. So when a trigger is being triggered, write down how that trigger is making you feel. Okay? Because let's see here. I think let me see here. Give me a second here. Let's see what I was looking at earlier. Okay. I took it down. Give me a second here. Let's see if this is in my book. Okay, this is the workbook. Okay. And as you can see, these are the things you're going to need. And it says, it gives you a commitment statement. It says, I commit to becoming emotionally aware, emotionally responsible, and emotionally empowered, right? Then it says, let me see, go back. So it says here, the self-reflection exercise. How do you currently respond to stress, conflict, or disappointment? And then look at the emotions. This is the part I wanted to look at. Which emotions do you struggle to understand most? Your anger, fear, shame, sadness, anxiety, jealousy, loneliness, rejection. And then it has an emotional awareness scale. Okay? So this gives you understanding my emotions. How do you rate that from a scale to 1 to 10? Right here. And then it says a journal prompt, describe a recent emotional reaction you wish you had handled differently. Wow. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yes, I want to stop it right there. So, did you guys get the chance to see that? That's in the workbook. Okay. It helps a lot. You have to come up with coping mechanisms. That's right. That you're 100% correct. That's right. You have to figure out what you, matter of fact, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to share something with y'all. So I went to go see my therapist. And right now, and I've done this therapy before, it's called cognitive behavior therapy. We talked about that, right? So I actually am in the process of doing that, right? So one of the questions that I have to ask when I see her again is exactly what you just said, Shamir. You have to come up with a coping mechanism. So she basically said, when you get to that point, what is your coping mechanism? And I got to answer that question when I see her again. So I got to, I got to really think about what's my coping mechanism when I'm going through when I hit I get, yeah, yep. How do I cope with situations, triggers, right? Um, let's see. She says, okay, definitely do that, sweetie. Yeah. So I'm sorry, y'all. Um, but yeah. So one of the questions she asked me was what my coping mechanism is, and what was the other thing she said I have to have an answer to? God, my coping mechanism, and oh, I can't remember what the other one is, but it was two little main questions she just asked me that I have to answer when I come back and see her. Hopefully, she has that and I can answer right on the spot. Hopefully, if I'm not, I'm in trouble. But yeah, and so yeah, you're right. So one of the things is how do I cope? You, oh, thank you. You are so sweet. Thank you so much for that. Are you trying to butter up to me because you haven't done your homework? No, just kidding. You're supposed to bring me an apple, okay? Oh, you like the yellow? Yeah, yellow is a pretty color. It is. It's a gorgeous color. Yellow, orange. I love bright colors. Always have. It look, when you spend a lot of time up here, you see rainbow colors, you see all kind of colors. Y'all, she is being mean to me. She says she's gonna bring me an apple with a worm in it. She's being very mean. So when she comes back to class the next time she sits in a corner, I will be muting her through the whole class. Okay? I'm just letting you know. I'm putting it out there. But yeah. So so I'm gonna go ahead and ooh, yeah, it's time for me to let you guys go. So So we learned what emotional intelligence is. We know the four components of emotional intelligence. I really okay. Um so the next time we come, Miss Kathy, I need you to print that out. Go to the library and print out the book and the workbook. And I need the first chapter questions done, you guys. So when we come back to class, I will get an answer. It's really short and sweet, it's not that much. So I want chapter one answers. And you know what? You can put your answers in the chat, okay? You can put your answers in the chat. You don't have to, if you're not able to talk, just go ahead and put your answers in the chat. Will that work for you guys? Okay. So if that'll work for you guys, you can do that when we come back. From here on out, I mean, if you guys don't want to talk, I mean, you can interact through the chat like we've been doing. I really appreciate that if you guys do that. You don't have to, you don't necessarily have to always talk um, if you don't want to. But I like it to hear you guys talk because I'm talking all the time. So I would love to hear you guys interact, talking. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. So now that we're back on task, I should be able to see you guys Wednesday at 7 o'clock with the first chapter questions of the worksheet, the workbook completed. Because it's only, what, 2 or 3 questions? You don't have to go in depth if you don't want to, but just kind of answer. And do that scale 1 to 10. I want to see what those numbers are. Okay? Great, great, great. So let's see here. She said, I want to talk. I just can't. I got you. I got you, baby. I know you do. Look, Miss Dixon, I know you do. Next time, I hope you're able to talk. Okay? But make sure you guys get that done because I want the answers to chapter 1 on Wednesday. So you got today, you got tomorrow, you got 4 days before we do this again. So in 4 days, I want your homework done. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. And then don't forget the first Monday ritual. Don't forget, I haven't decided what I want to do to you guys. Okay, so this is what I need from you guys. I need from you guys, all of you guys, I need your mailing addresses. So in Messenger or email me your real addresses. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not going to scam you or, okay? Send me your addresses. Why are you going to punish me? I ain't do nothing. No, I don't have your addresses. Do I? Okay, so did y'all get your magazines? I'll tell you whether or not I got your addresses. Did y'all get y'all magazines? Miss Kathy, did you get your magazine this month? Okay. Look, I'm not talking about your email address. I need your real address, your home address. Yes, I need your home address. But if you're on my magazine list, okay, so I got yours, Kathy. You're right, because you get a magazine. That's right. Miss Dixon, you should get a. Yeah, I got you. Miss Dixon, I think you should get a magazine too. I'm not for sure if I got your address. Miss Dixon, when you get a chance, can you email me your address, your home address? And I think Miss Bell. Yes, please. Please email me all your addresses. And I got to get okay. So I think this first Monday is on the I think this first Monday. Duh. Okay. Thank you. Let me see something. Ooh. So this first Monday kicks on the Monday. Weird, ain't it? So I'm going to try and send you guys something. Please hey, Miss Dixon, are you on my magazine list? Do you get a magazine from me? My Stay Healthy magazine? This magazine right here. if you get this magazine from me, I have your address already. Okay? I think, and I sent you, I think I did, I received one before. Okay, so you're on my list. So also, if I sent you some samples of the skincare stuff, I should have you guys on my list. I just got to make sure because I hadn't sent you guys something in a long, long time. So I'm going to try to get something out before the first. Okay. Um, yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, I got to do that. Okay. So remember, Wednesday, I need for you to have your work done. Okay. First chapter. And then our next chapter, we're going to be talking about in chapter 2. We're going to be talking about, oh, guess what? We're going to be talking about triggers. Wow, the role of self awareness, recognizing your emotions. Ooh, understanding triggers and responses. Yes, yes, right up. That's what we need. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay, okay, then I should have your address, Miss Latasha. I should have your address already. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. I love this class. I love you guys. If you can make it for Wednesday night, please come back. I hope. And look, you guys, I need a feedback. We've been doing this since December, and I've asked for a feedback. That means you guys been hanging hard since December, and I am so proud of you guys. So I need feedback from everything that you have participated in. I need your feedback. Okay? Because I want to make sure that you guys are learning from me in these sessions. Okay? Because if I'm not, I need to know what I need to change. Okay? So I am going to go ahead and let you guys go. I want you guys to have a great evening. I didn't realize it was so late. Have a great evening. Um, I'm probably going to talk to you guys somewhere down the line. Okay. But you guys have a great evening and bye bye.